will be there when everything falls apart? Who will carry you when your back is against the wall and your name is forgotten? The truth is, no one. And that's not a tragedy. That's your greatest advantage. This is you will walk alone, rise alone, win alone. Because the most powerful version of you isn't forged in applause. It's not found in comfort or in crowds. It's born in isolation, in silence, in the storm you face alone when the lights are off and no one's watching. This is the path of the Stoic. This is the rise of the self-made. If you've ever felt abandoned, rejected, overlooked, good. That's your initiation. That's the universe clearing the stage so you can finally meet the one person who matters most, yourself. You see, most people waste their lives begging for support, for praise, for validation. But you don't need any of that, because once you realize no one is coming to save you, you become unstoppable. You stop waiting, and you start walking, alone if you must. This video is your roadmap to walking alone, rising alone, and winning alone. Not with bitterness, but with brutal clarity, deep strength, and emotional sovereignty. We'll break down 7 unshakable truths, rooted in Stoic wisdom and battle-tested self-empowerment. These are not feel-good cliches. These are principles forged in fire, designed to make you mentally bulletproof, emotionally unshakable, spiritually sovereign. This is the mindset of the ones who refuse to bow, the ones who lead themselves, the ones who win, not because someone gave them permission, but because they gave it to themselves. So, if you're ready to stop waiting to be rescued, if you're done hoping for applause, if you're ready to take the harder path, the right path, then smash that like button. Drop a comment below on how you've learned to stand alone, and subscribe. Every week, we drop timeless fire to help you lead yourself, master your emotions, and rise above the noise. Now lock in. Let's begin. Number 1. No one is coming, and that's your power. Marcus Aurelius said, "Look well into yourself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if you will always look." Let that sink in. The strength you're searching for is already inside you, but you'll never touch it if you keep waiting for someone else to light the fire. This is the harsh truth. No one is coming. Not your friends, not your parents, not your boss, your mentor, or that person you think owes you a hand. Life doesn't work like that. Most people are too busy carrying their own burdens to carry yours. And the sooner you accept that, the freer you become. Waiting to be saved is a trap. It's a prison of false hope. And every second you spend sitting in that cell, hoping someone will rescue you, is a second you could be sharpening your sword. This isn't cruelty. This is clarity. The world owes you nothing. And yet, you owe yourself everything. Your time, your focus, your evolution. Because the moment you stop expecting someone else to fix your life is the exact moment you take full control of it. That's not despair, that's power. Most people never become strong because they never have to be. But you've been dropped, forgotten, left behind. And if you're hearing this, you're still standing. That means you've already tasted the truth. No one is coming. And yet, you're still breathing, still fighting. That means something. That means you're exactly where you need to be to build something rare, unshakable self-reliance. Understand this. Stoicism isn't about shutting people out. It's about never depending on them for your inner peace. It's about standing strong when no one applauds you. It's about showing up for yourself every single day, even when the world is silent, especially when the world is silent. Emotional self-reliance is the foundation of power. When you can validate yourself, when you can comfort yourself, when you can motivate yourself, you become unstoppable. And it's not because you don't want help. It's because you've learned to become your own anchor. When the storm comes, you don't look around for shelter. You are the shelter. This doesn't make you cold. It makes you clear. You stop asking, "Why won't they help me?" and start saying, "Watch me help myself." You stop needing support and start becoming the support you always needed. That's what Marcus meant. Look well into yourself, because the world will try to distract you with illusions of rescue. But your strength? It's been buried under your pain all along. So dig deep, stand tall, and remember, the day you stop expecting someone to walk your path for you is the day you begin walking it like a warrior. You don't need saving. You need self-command. You were built for this. Now act like it. Number 2. Solitude reveals who you are. Seneca said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Think about that. Most of your pain isn't happening now. It's projected. It's imagined. It's built in the mind during moments of silence. But here's the truth. Silence isn't the enemy. It's the mirror. Solitude strips everything away. The noise, the distractions, the validation, the opinions. It all falls off. And when it does, you're left staring at the raw, unfiltered truth. Who are you when no one is watching? That's not a rhetorical question. That's the battlefield. That's the place where real transformation begins. Most people run from solitude like it's a curse. They drown it in social media, mindless scrolling, constant stimulation, anything to avoid being alone with themselves. But the Stoic walks into solitude with open eyes and a steady heart. Because solitude doesn't destroy you, it reveals you. In that stillness, you hear your real thoughts, not the ones shaped by others, but the ones you've buried. You feel your real fears, not the ones you perform to look strong, but the ones you carry in the dark. And most importantly, you discover your real strength, the kind you forgot you had, because you were too busy hiding it behind noise. Solitude isn't punishment, it's purification. It's the gym where your mind trains. It's the forge where your soul gets sharper. When you sit in silence and choose to face your inner chaos instead of avoiding it, you start building something rare. Inner order, inner peace, inner power. And that's what separates the average from the elite. Most people only function when things are loud. But the elite? The self-mastered? They train in silence. They become calm under pressure because they built emotional control in isolation. They speak with clarity because they practiced stillness. They lead with certainty because they faced their doubts and didn't flinch. Here's what solitude teaches you. You are enough. Not when people approve of you. Not when the world sees your highlight reel. But when the room is empty and you're still standing tall. That's confidence. That's real self-worth. And it doesn't come from applause. It comes from introspection. Solitude is not loneliness. Loneliness is suffering. Solitude is strategy. It's where you go to hear your purpose more clearly, to clean out the clutter in your soul, and to remember who you are without the world telling you who to be. So, the next time you find yourself alone, don't reach for your phone. Don't run to noise. Sit down. Breathe deep. Ask yourself, what am I feeling? And what do I need to face? Then face it with courage. That's where the Stoic grows. That's where the warrior sharpens his blade. You don't need a crowd to know your worth. You need silence. You need solitude. And you need the guts to meet yourself there. That's where the rise begins. Number 3, emotion is a servant, not a master. Epictetus taught, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Life won't ask your permission to hit hard. You will be tested by circumstances, by betrayal, by silence when you expected support. You'll be disrespected, ignored, underestimated. And when that moment comes, emotion will rise like fire. Good. That's your training ground. That's where the Stoic is born. Because power isn't proven in peace. It's forged in chaos. And emotional control isn't about being numb. It's about being so aware that nothing gets to control you without your permission. The average person is reactive. They get triggered and they lash out. They feel fear and they retreat. They feel anger and they explode. They're puppets, pulled by every emotional string the world tugs on. But you're not here to be average. The Stoic feels everything, but obeys nothing blindly. They observe, they pause, they breathe, they give themselves space between stimulus and response. That space is where your power lives. That's where you stop being a slave to emotion and start leading it. Here's the truth. Emotion is not the enemy. It's data. It's a signal. Anger says something was violated. Fear says something needs protecting. Sadness says something was lost. But the wise don't react to signals. They listen, then decide. This is emotional sovereignty, when your inner world is ruled by discipline, not chaos. You want to be powerful? Learn to respond with precision instead of reacting with impulse. When someone disrespects you, don't bark back. Observe. When fear creeps in, don't run. Ask what it's protecting. When you feel betrayed, don't spiral. Use it to realign your loyalty back to yourself. Your emotions are not a curse. They are messengers. But you are the leader, not them. The Stoic doesn't run from emotion. They rise above it. They lead themselves through the storm with calm breath, grounded posture, and focused presence. Because once you lead your emotions, the world can no longer use them against you. This is the art of inner dominance, the discipline to stay rooted when others are shaken, the power to hold your center in a world that thrives on pulling you off balance. Master this, and you stop being manipulated. You stop being predictable. You start being powerful. So don't shut off your emotions. Train them. Don't suppress them. Direct them. Emotion is a tool. Use it wisely, and it will build you. Let it rule you, and it will break you. You decide. Number 4, detach from approval. Anchor in principle. Marcus Aurelius said, "If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it." The world will try to mold you. It will lure you with praise, then punish you with silence. It will hand you a mask and expect you to wear it just to belong. But here's the truth. The more you crave approval, the easier you are to control. Approval is a leash, and most people are walking around with one on, smiling for acceptance, compromising for attention, betraying their soul just to be liked. You're not here for that. The Stoic doesn't live for applause. They live for alignment. They don't measure themselves by how many people clap. They measure themselves by how many times they stood on principle, even when no one clapped at all. Because what's popular isn't always right, and what's right isn't always popular. But your values, your truth, that's your compass in the chaos. You want peace of mind. Detach from needing to be liked. You want strength? Stand alone in your truth, even if it costs you attention. Because when you know what you stand for, the world can't buy you. It can't shake you. It can't own you. The moment you stop bending for validation is the moment you start walking tall. That's when you become rare. And what's rare is valuable, not because everyone wants it, but because it doesn't need everyone to. It doesn't matter if they understand you. It doesn't matter if they applaud your decisions. What matters is that you're living in integrity, that you're speaking with clarity, that you're not betraying yourself just to fit in. When you anchor in principle, you move different, you think different, you become untouchable. Not because the world accepts you, but because you accept yourself. That kind of confidence can't be faked. That kind of peace can't be bought. It's earned through hard choices, quiet conviction, and the willingness to walk away from anything that costs your self-respect. So, let them misunderstand you. Let them talk. Let them question your path. That's fine, because you're not chasing noise. You're walking with purpose. Let your character speak louder than your words. Let your actions reflect your values. And when the crowd turns, stay still. Stay clear. Stay anchored. That's not just stoicism. That's freedom. Number 5. Burn the crutches. Build the core. Seneca reminded us, a gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials. Every crutch you lean on is a chain. Every excuse you make is a weight. And every time you outsource your growth, you rob yourself of the very power you were born to build. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop depending on motivation. It's fleeting. It's weak. Relying on motivation is like building your foundation on sand. What you need is discipline, forged in discomfort. Because here's the truth. No one is coming to save you. No one's obligated to push you, believe in you, or fix your problems. That's not cruelty. That's your opportunity. That's your call to build something solid where others crumble. This is where most people fail. They numb the pain with distraction. They lean on others to escape the grind. They chase comfort and wonder why they never feel strong. But strength doesn't come from ease. It comes from friction, from choosing the hard road with your eyes wide open. Burn the crutches, all of them. The endless scrolling, the mindless entertainment, the dependency on external praise or perfect conditions. None of that builds you. All of it delays you. What builds you is this: doing the work when no one claps, showing up when it's hard, taking full responsibility for your life, even when it hurts, even when it's unfair. You want a sharper mind? Start with silence. 5 minutes a day. Just you and your thoughts. No phone, no music, no dopamine. Sit in the discomfort. Observe the chaos in your mind. Then begin to tame it. Day by day. You want better habits? Own them. Set one non-negotiable task a day and do it with military consistency. You're not doing it for results. You're doing it to build your core. Cut what weakens you. Friends who drain you. Habits that dull you. Thoughts that sabotage you. Be ruthless, because every weakness you tolerate becomes a hole in your foundation. Sharpen what strengthens you. Read things that stretch you. Move your body like it's sacred. Breathe like it matters. Speak to yourself like you're someone worth leading, because you are. And remember, it's supposed to be hard. That's the point. Resistance is the very thing that strengthens muscle, physical and mental. You don't grow in the comfort. You grow in the fight. You grow when you burn the crutches and choose to walk on your own legs. This isn't about ego. It's about ownership. It's about building a life so solid, no storm can shake it. And that kind of strength, no one can give it to you. You have to earn it in solitude, in discipline, in friction. So burn the crutches, stand up, and rise with nothing but your core. Because once you stop leaning, you start leading. Number 6, turn pain into power. Epictetus said, "Difficulties show men what they are. Pain is not your enemy. It's your mirror. It reveals you, tests you, refines you. You will be cut by life, Betrayed, abandoned, doubted, misunderstood. Good. That's the pressure that turns raw stone into precision. That's the storm that carves clarity out of chaos. The average person sees pain as punishment. The Stoic sees it as preparation. Every setback is a signal. Every loss is a lesson. Every heartbreak is a hammer, shaping your will, your character, your edge. And the only question that matters is this: will you use the pain, or will you let it use you? Most people collapse under pressure. They avoid it, complain about it, let it define them. But you're different. You've chosen the harder road, the path where pain is not an excuse, but fuel. You turn adversity into ammunition. You transform wounds into weapons. Stop asking, why me? Start asking, what is this trying to teach me? What part of me is this sculpting? What weakness is this burning away? When betrayal hits, don't crumble. Sharpen your boundaries. When disappointment comes, don't numb it. Let it focus you. When failure visits, don't retreat. Get up, get clear, get fierce. Turn heartbreak into hunger. Let it drive you to rebuild stronger. Turn rejection into redirection. Let it push you toward purpose. Turn pain into power, not by avoiding it, but by absorbing it, learning from it, and rising through it. Pain is the price of transformation, and transformation is the mark of mastery. You want wisdom. It's in your wounds. You want strength. It's in the struggles you survive. You want clarity. It's born in the fire, not the comfort. Scars aren't signs of weakness. They're proof that you fought and didn't fold. They tell the world, I've been through the storm, and I'm still standing. So, write your story in fire. Etch it with grit. Build it with blood, sweat, and silence. Make your pain mean something. Because in the end, pain is inevitable. But power? That's a choice. And you're done running. You're done hiding. You're done asking for life to go easy on you. Now, you're using every cut as a carving tool, every tear as fuel, every dark moment as proof that you were built for more. Let the world throw its worst. You're not here to be safe. You're here to rise. Number 7. Memento mori. Live like time is running out. Seneca wrote, "You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire." One day, the hourglass runs out. The curtain drops. The breath you're taking right now could be one of your last. That's not meant to scare you. That's meant to wake you up. Because when you realize your time is limited, you stop wasting it. You stop waiting for someday. You stop chasing distractions, tolerating drama, and living like you have forever. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. And in that remembrance, you find your edge. You find your urgency. You find your life. Most people live like they're immortal. They procrastinate on their dreams, delay the apology, postpone the change. But time doesn't wait. Every second is a withdrawal from your account, and you don't know the balance. So live like it matters. Speak what you need to say. Cut what drains you. Chase what lights your fire. Stop lying to yourself that you'll start tomorrow. Start now. When you walk through life with death on your shoulder, you stop playing small. You stop living for approval. You stop trading meaning for comfort, because you understand this ends, all of it. And that clarity is freedom. It frees you to walk alone, because you realize time is too short to beg for company. It frees you to speak your truth, because silence costs too much. It frees you to take the leap, risk the fall, and build the life you actually want, not the one you're told to want. Memento mori doesn't mean despair. It means urgency. It means presence. It means depth. So what are you doing with your hours, your energy, your attention? Are you pouring it into something that will outlast you? Or are you wasting it on things that won't matter in a year? You don't get to choose how long you live, but you do get to choose how deeply. That's where Stoicism lives, in that space between fear and freedom, in that fire between temporary and eternal. It's the reminder that time is your most precious currency, and you are spending it right now, whether you realize it or not. Don't wait for a tragedy to value life. Don't wait for death to teach you how to live. The Stoic doesn't run from death. He walks beside it. Because when you remember the end, you finally begin. So burn the script, drop the mask, say what needs to be said, do what needs to be done. You came here for a reason. And that reason isn't to scroll through life on autopilot. It's to leave something behind, to be something unshakable, to rise, even if it's alone. Time is running out. That's your gift. That's your permission. Now live like it. You will walk alone, rise alone, win alone. And that doesn't make you weak. It makes you unstoppable. Because in solitude, you found strength. In pain, you found purpose. In silence, you found your voice. The world may doubt you. They may turn their backs. Let them. You don't need the crowd. You need clarity. You don't need approval. You need alignment. You don't need to be saved, because you've already decided to save yourself. No one can lead you like you can. No one can save you like you will. No one can stop you, because you don't stop for anyone. You've chosen the harder path, the path of the Stoic, the warrior, the self-made. And on that path, you become something rare, something powerful, something that cannot be moved. So if this message hit you, hit that like button hard. Comment below. What moment taught you the most about standing alone? And make sure you subscribe to Stoicism Reborn, because every week we drop fire to help you lead yourself, master your emotions, and rise above the noise. We're not just building a channel, we're building a tribe of the unshakable, the sovereign, the ones who walk alone and win anyway. So take this message with you. Carry it into your day, into your discipline, into your decisions. Lead yourself, master your mind, walk alone, and win. Your path is yours. Own every step.